Hey, Paul, what you watching? The Oscars edition. Hey, everybody, it's me, Paul. Oscars are coming up. They're coming up here very, very soon. And guess what? Your boy watched them all. I watched them all. I've seen all 10 Best Picture Oscar nominees. We're going to go through them one by one, give you a spoiler light look at what they're about, talk a little bit about them, and then I'll let you know what I think is going to win. So let's take a look, huh? I watched Bugonia from 2025. This one's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. He was nominated twice previously for Best Picture and Best Director for The Favorite and Poor Things. I've never seen either of them, I'll be honest with you. Didn't get the nom for Best Director this time. Bugonia also got a couple of other nods for award nominations. It's Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Original Score. Speaking of the score, felt like an old Hitchcock score. It adds a whole ton of tension to the overarching story.
You're mentally ill.
Emma Stone is a high-powered executive, and she is kidnapped by a couple of crazy guys who believe she's an alien. Cat and mouse game ensues between her captors and herself, and the question is introduced, are these crazy guys right? Is she an alien? Is it possible that she is an alien?
What ship?
Your mothership?
Of course, the movie answers that question. I won't ruin it for you. Jesse Plemons plays Teddy Gatz, a conspiracy theorist, beekeeper, kidnapper. Jesse Plemons is amazing in this movie. It's kind of shocking to me he didn't get a nod.
Hyper-normalized dialectic by which you've convinced 7.5 billion people.
Aidan Delbus is Don, Teddy's autistic cousin, and I think maybe even a really real autistic guy. I don't know. If he's not really an autistic guy, he did an even better job.
How can you tell she's an alien? Guess I can see it. Alien filth.
Emma Stone was amazing in this movie, really embodied this tough role, playing a possible alien and a high-powered CEO.
Just remembering, we are running a business here, so let your conscience guide you kind of thing. Yeah?
And a person jockeying for their life with some crazy people. It's a tough acting role, and she knocks it out of the park. Really see why she got the nomination for Best Actress for this. This movie is a remake of a Korean movie called Save the Green Planet. I've never seen it. Apparently, a very faithful adaptation. The only difference is the gender swap of the main role, the Emma Stone role, and I guess Ari Aster is behind that. This movie was really reminiscent of Kubrick a little bit, although I can't put my finger on why. The way it's presented, the way it's shot, all very, very high-end. Just wonderful, wonderful visual movie. Fantastic movie. I don't think it's going to win the Oscar, but what the f do I know? It's definitely not on my short list. But man, this is a great movie. Came out of nowhere, Bugonia. Check it out. I watched Frankenstein from 2025, directed by Guillermo del Toro, my favorite director with the hardest name to say. I guess it's between him and Denis Villeneuve, but I got Denis Villeneuve down. Guillermo del Toro, I still got to struggle with that one. Previously won Best Director and Best Picture for The Shape of Water. He's back again, throwing another entry into the mix. He's not nominated for Best Director this time, but he did get a nomination for his writing as a Best Adapted Screenplay. This one stars Oscar Isaac as Baron Victor Frankenstein, a surgeon haunted by his creation, defying death. Jacob Elordi is the creature constructed and resurrected by Frankenstein. Nominated for Best Supporting Actor, too, so keep your eye on that. I think he might get it.
The tide that brought me here now comes to take you away.
Mia Goth is Lady Elizabeth Harlander, fiancée of Victor's brother, and she also plays Victor's mother, a dual role. It got a few more Academy Award nominations: Best Original Score, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and Best Sound. They threw the book at this one, and rightfully so. It's a beautiful movie, and guess what, guys? A good Frankenstein movie, finally. A good Frankenstein movie after all of the garbage that they've put Frankenstein through. The worst one being Robert De Niro's Frankenstein, in my humble opinion. It started to feel like for a while there that there just wasn't any such thing as a good Frankenstein movie. Just wasn't going to happen. Watch the Silver Age stuff and just forget about it. And here comes Guillermo. Here comes Guillermo with a real Frankenstein movie. This is an exciting movie for me. I love the big lug with lug nuts in his neck. You know, I'm a big Frankenstein guy. And here we go. We've got a modern Frankenstein movie. It doesn't suck. It adds more than it subtracts to the lore. I mean, the monster is different, but still cool. Just a really great flick. I don't know that it'll win Best Picture. It's not on my short list, but hey, it did get a lot of nominations, and that sometimes is a sign. Watch this. Watch Frankenstein. Do it. I watched Hamnet from 2025, directed by Chloe Zhao, previously won Best Picture, Best Director for Nomadland, up this year for Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay for this here movie. Starring Paul Mescal as William Shakespeare, Jessie Buckley as Agnes, Shakespeare's wife. She's up for Best Actress for the role, very deservedly so.
And I see you in London working with your father.
Jacob E. Jupe as Hamnet Shakespeare, William and Agnes's son. Other Academy Award nominations for this one: Best Casting, Best Costume Design, Best Production Design, and Best Original Score. So yes, you heard it right. This is a Shakespeare movie, but it's really a movie that puts Shakespeare to the side and focuses on his wife and children and the struggles that they go through as he is utterly consumed by his writing. It seems that he's only interested in what goes on in these fictional worlds, and that even though he has everything in the world that a man of this era could want, a beautiful wife, children, a house, a career, all of that goes under the bus, so to speak, in favor of his writing, his plays. It's a super intimate movie, uncomfortably so at times. Handheld cameras are used to film these very close-up, intimate scenes, and that contrasts really nicely with these beautiful sweeping macro shots in this movie. Absolutely just the best movie, in my opinion, to look at. If you're just going for sheer beauty and sheer prowess on the camera and set design and stuff, this is the movie for you. This movie has Oscar bait all over it. All over it. A foreign cast, a female lead, an esoteric subject. It's got it all. It's very Oscar coded and might be my pick for Best Picture this year. We'll see when we get to the end. The lady in it, more than likely going to get Best Actress for this, although I don't know. There's a lot of competition this year. I really liked this movie. I expected this movie to be boring, and it wasn't. It pleasantly surprised me, and it was cool to see as an actor. You know, as an actor, I'm all steeped in Shakespeare and stuff, and it was cool to see this look at Shakespeare from another angle. Watch this one. I watched Marty Supreme from 2025, directed by Josh Safdie. This is the first nomination for Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Editing. It stars Timothy Chalamet as Marty Mauser, an up-and-coming table tennis player. It's a ping-pong movie? What? Up for Best Actor in this role. I don't think he's going to get it. But hey, it's a nomination. Gwyneth Paltrow plays Kay Stone, a wealthy retired actress. Odessa Azion is Rachel Misler, a married childhood friend of Marty's. Stay tuned for a little bit more about her. She was in the Hulu Hellraiser reboot that I will be doing a review of very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It got a few more other nominations thrown in the mix: Best Casting, Best Cinematography, Best Production Design, Best Costume Design. So quite an eclectic mix of rewards for a very eclectic movie. Let's put it that way. So I'll be honest with you right off the rip. I found this movie a little bit tedious. The main character, Marty, is just absolutely unlikable, which is fine. You don't have to have a lovable, cuddly main character, but he's just a real self-destructive, narcissistic piece of shit in this movie. I feel like this movie was all over the place in terms of era. I don't know. This movie felt like a mishmash. There were some good parts of it, though. It's not a ping pong movie. It's a movie about a guy that's destroying his own life. A movie about an inventor slash sportsman who believes his hype way too much. This movie wasn't funny. Like, I don't even think it got like a out of me. It was really trying to be, though. I could tell this was trying to be like one of those like wry comedies. It didn't really come up. It didn't meet the bar. Let's just put it that way. You know, honestly, this one had some plot similarities with The Brutalist, where it's like this, you know, great inventor gets wrapped up in the web of a rich kind of benefactor, but it doesn't rise to that same level of tension. I will tell you this, Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, is in this movie. Soon as I saw him pop up, I was like, whatever. But guess what they did? It's brilliant. They cast him as Mr. Wonderful, and he did a great job. I was like, okay, well, ruthless, capitalistic, multimillionaire businessman. Get Kevin O'Leary, put him in it, have him be Kevin O'Leary. It worked. It worked. It was one of my favorite things about this movie, honestly, was the fact that Mr. Wonderful was in it. The couple, the main couple, Odessa A'zion and Timothée Chalamet, they have a lot of chemistry together. They belong together because they're both toxic, shitty people, which is another reason that I found this movie a little hard to stomach. It's like, give me somebody to like, please. Gwyneth Paltrow had a shallow kind of appearance in this one that didn't add much to the character, felt very subdued. I guess the character maybe called for that, but you know, it's been a long time since I've seen Gwyneth in one of these big kind of AAA movies, and I don't know, she seemed bored. I was too. Marty Supreme, don't bother watching this unless you're just a Timothée Chalamet freak. If you love Timothy, there's a lot of Timothy in this. If you don't, I just don't watch it. Hold on to your butt. I watched One Battle After Another from 2025. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, my personal favorite director working today. He's never won Best Picture or Best Director before. He's up for Best Director and Best Adapted Screenplay this year. Previous Best Picture nominees were There Will Be Blood, The Phantom Thread, and Licorice Pizza. I've never seen Licorice Pizza, but I probably should. There Will Be Blood should have won Best Picture. Absolutely. This one stars Leonardo DiCaprio as Pat Calhoun / Bob Ferguson, kind of a washed-up stoner revolutionary. He's nominated for Best Actor for this role. Sean Penn comes out of the ether here as Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw, a corrupt racist military commander. He's nominated for Best Supporting Actor in this. Benicio del Toro's in this. Love me some Benicio. Don't you love you some Benicio? He plays Sergio St. Carlos. He's a karate sensei in this. Cool role for him. He's also got the Best Supporting Actor nomination for this. Very cool. Tiana Taylor plays Perfidia Beverly Hills, a revolutionary, a blaxploitation style revolutionary. It's up for some other Academy Awards too. Best Casting, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Original Score, Best Production Design, and Best Sound. They're throwing the book at this one, and I'll say it right off the rip. I don't think this one should win. This is not even close to my pick, and I'll tell you why. This movie has trouble with identity. Is it a blaxploitation movie? Yes. Is it a comedy? Yes. Is it an action movie? Yes. Is it a social critique movie? Yes. Is it a drama? Yes. It's too many things. It's trying to be too many things. And as a result of that, the entirety of the film just kind of gets lost in the sauce for me. I found this movie tedious, overlong, a really, really strange feeling for me to have about a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, because I just eat anything he throws out into the slop trough like fucking, you know what I mean, as fast as I can. But this one just didn't work for me. And the fact that it's gotten so many crazy nominations and so much buzz, it makes me feel like they're going to let us down and choose this movie when there are way better movies on the slate this year. But I don't know. This might be my most controversial take of this video, because people seem to fucking love this movie. I didn't absolutely hate this movie. It had its moments, but man, was it tough to get through. A slog of a movie. Shouldn't be on this list, but it'll probably win. What do you think about that? Don't watch this. I watched The Secret Agent from 2025. A foreign movie, Brazilian film directed by Kleber Mendonça Filho. Its first Academy Award nomination. Also up for Best International Feature Film. This one's got Wagner Moura in it. I love Wagner Moura. Am I saying his name right? Wagner Moura. I love this fucking guy. Ever since he was Pablo Escobar in that Narcos, that first Narcos season, I've been in love with Wagner Moura. He plays a Brazilian government dissident that had to change his identity, the titular secret agent. He's up for Best Actor in this role, deservedly so.
Eu matava ele com martelo.
Tanya Maria plays Dona Sebastiana, landlady of a house that Armando is staying at. Maria Fernanda Candido plays Elsa, the leader of the resistance. Other Academy Award nominations for this movie, it's gotten Best Casting, and that's it. Best Casting. But I will tell you this, I think it did have the best casting, and I'm rooting for it. You know why? Normal-looking people in this movie. You won't believe it. There are people that have blemishes on their face, teeth that are crooked, messed up hair, bald spots. There's old, wrinkly people. There's, you know what I mean? Just normal-looking people. Like when you leave the house, you probably see these kind of people. And what happened in movies? Why is everybody so hot in movies? Not that I'm complaining. Throw some hot people in too. But come on, us average uggos, we need some representation in these movies. Now, you may not know this if you're not a big Oscar buff, but these foreign movies are oftentimes real Oscar bait. The Oscars love to throw a foreign movie that nobody saw, the nomination and the win sometimes, and that may happen this year. I loved listening to the Portuguese in this movie. This movie is entirely filmed in Portuguese.
Tem matador me procurando, é isso que você tá dizendo?
Tem.
It triggered my French and Spanish high school years. It's just a beautiful language to listen to, and being able to catch little phrases and stuff without having to rely entirely on the subtitles was kind of cool. The Secret Agent, if you really look at it, is about the end of an era and the beginning of a period of great unease. And that's reflected in this main character and how he deals with not just average people, but the government entities that he runs into. There's tons of corruption. That's a main, kind of central focus of this movie, is how he's trying to navigate this kind of hand-in-glove corrupt society while he's being hunted by that very society. The score in this movie is just absolutely nuts. Crazy score, and it adds a huge amount of tension at some key moments in this movie. It's got a little bit of CGI in it, but it's not offensive. There's this cat with two faces that they use, and a little bit of kind of claymation-looking CGI. It's fine. Look, this movie was good, but it's not the best picture this year, not in my opinion. You should watch it, though. It's fun. I watched Sentimental Value from 2025, directed by Joachim Trier. He was previously nominated for Best Original Screenplay for The Worst Person in the World, up for Best Original Screenplay and Best Director for Sentimental Value. This one stars Renate Reinsve as Nora Borg, who's an actress. She's up for Best Actress playing an actress. What do you think about that? Inga Ibsdotter Lilius as Agnes Borg Peterson, Nora's sister. She's up for Best Supporting Actress. Really cool. Playing sisters in the movie, and each one of them is up for Best Actress and Supporting Actress. Kind of crazy. Elle Fanning plays Rachel Kemp, a famous American actress in the story. She's also up for Best Supporting Actress. And good old Stellan Skarsgård plays Gustav Borg, celebrated film director and Nora and Agnes's father. He's up for Best Supporting Actor. Other Academy Award nominations: Best Film Editing, Best International Feature Film. Okay. This is the quiet movie of the bunch. In my experience, the Oscars loves throwing these quiet movies out for a nomination. It's a very simple, very human story, but it's also very steeped in kind of Hollywood mythology and lore. It's another one of these movies where you can tell the writer has inserted himself or inserted his own business into the writing of the film. It's very much about the creative process, but also about the toll that that creation takes on a family. In this case, over the entirety of their lifetimes, right? Their dad is a famous director, how that has cost them their father, and how he tries to make amends with them in their lives as he gets older. I liked this movie, but it was a little hard for me to stay engaged with because it constantly asked me to reflect on my own life, or at least it triggered that in me. I'm at a very similar point in my life now that some of the main characters are in this, and that my dad is older. We've been estranged. Now we're kind of talking again, and we're in each other's lives. But it's clearly, you know, a different era for me and him. And I was constantly called back to this. I saw a lot of my dad in Stellan Skarsgård's character in this. I couldn't help but do it. And as a result, at the end of the movie, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I felt like it had touched something very personal in me, but I also felt like it was a movie that was hard to be invested in as a result of all of the reflection I did while watching it. I almost had more fun watching the movie in my head than I did experiencing this. It was more useful to me as like a reflective tool, I guess, than it was as a movie. So I'd say watch this movie, check it out. Maybe it'll trigger some of those same feelings in you. I don't think this one's winning the Oscar, though. I watched Sinners from 2025, written and directed by Ryan Coogler. He's up for Best Director and Best Original Screenplay for this movie. Ryan Coogler's previously been nominated for Best Picture for Judas and the Black Messiah. This one stars Michael B. Jordan in a dual role as the Smokestack Twins. He's up for Best Actor for those two roles, which is really cool. He might get it. That might be your Best Actor nod right there. A dual role is always tough, and when somebody pulls it off, oh man, it's Oscar bait city. Delroy Lindo is Delta Slim, an Old Town harmonica player. Love this dude, no matter what he's in. Old school character actor, and he just eats this role. He eats it up. Wunmi Mosaku as Annie, Smoke's estranged wife. She's up for Best Supporting Actress in this. Got a bunch of other Academy Award nominations: Best Casting, Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Costume Design, Best Makeup, Best Hairstyling, Best Original Score, Best Original Song, Best Production Design, Best Sound, and Best Visual, making it the most nominated film in Oscar history. Holy shit. Because I've already done a longer review on this, I won't waste much of your time waxing or reminiscing about this. I'll link it down below for those of you that haven't seen it. A lot of people think this one has got it sewed up and in the bag. I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because I don't think it's going to win. It might deserve to win. Maybe it deserves to win. You know, I'm not in the Academy. Don't come fucking howling for my blood if this one doesn't win. But it just feels like it's not going to win. We'll see. We'll see. It's a great movie, though. If you haven't seen Sinners, for whatever reason, don't let me spoil it. Don't go watch reviews of it. Don't watch the Oscars and get spoiled on it. Go watch the movie first. It's really worth it. I watched Train Dreams from 2025, or at least I tried to. Directed and written by Clint Bentley. This one's up for Best Adapted Screenplay as well. He was nominated last year for Best Adapted Screenplay for Sing Sing. This one stars Joel Edgerton as Robert Grenier, a logger. William H. Macy is in this. We love William H. Macy, no matter what. He plays Arn Peoples in this, an explosive expert and logger. Other Academy Award nominations for this: Best Cinematography, Best Original Song. Holy is this movie boring. This movie is attempting to bore your eyeballs right out the back of your skull. And they do it in such a condescending way with over narration. The narrator is jarring in this. It's unnecessary. This is an example of like a movie made for the iPad generation. And I'm not even trying to old man on my porch shaking the cane at you right now, okay? I'm not trying to do that. But holy fuck, I can see what's going on in the movie. You don't have to catch me up every 15 minutes and tell me what I just watched. And that's what this movie does.
And even though that old world is gone now, you can still feel the echo of it.
It's a Netflix film, and apparently this is a thing. Apparently Netflix has started to create movies where the characters or a narrator explain the plot so that people with no reading comprehension skills and no ability to fucking do social commentary at all can follow these movies. This movie is ruined by that. It would have been such a better movie if it didn't feel the need to explain itself constantly.
From faraway lands he'd never even heard of. Places like Shanghai.
And I hate that William H. Macy gets buried in this movie, literally and figuratively. He's really the only interesting thing in this movie.
Upsets a man's soul whether you recognize it or not.
And, you know, he's just a plot point. He's a speed bump in the plot towards the beginning of the film. I really hated this movie. Out of all of the movies that we've talked about today, however I feel about them, I feel like, okay, well, maybe there's a plausible, argument for them being nominated. This one, there's no argument. I don't know why this one is on there. I don't know why Train Dreams is on here. It was painfully boring, never shifted into gear. It was trying to put me to sleep. It's overlong by about 45 minutes. It just isn't hitting. It doesn't hit on any cylinders. It never even starts up. The engine never turns over. There's a major plot point in this movie that's changed from the book that it's based on. And it really would have changed the timbre of this movie. There's a scene where the main character, a logger, watches a Chinese guy get thrown off the bridge for some perceived mistake, an act of clear brutality and racism. And he does nothing to help. In the book, he participates in throwing the Chinese guy off of the bridge, which would have helped the movie make a whole lot more sense.
Don't you think it's too much?
How did they deserve that?
As this guy is racked by guilt for not stepping in to help this Chinese guy, but had he actually participated, it would have added a whole lot more depth to this character. Because as it stands, it feels like that this character, this main character, is just there to be an upstanding guy. Here's what an upstanding working white man looks like in America, folks. And it's just, all right, where's the sauce? Where's the hook? There isn't one in this movie. Just a bland character trying to be a good man. And just boredom. Watch this one win, though. Watch it win. Watch Train Dreams take the whole fucking thing. I'd be sick to my stomach if that happened. Don't watch this. Do not watch this movie, please. Last, and I don't know, maybe least, I watched F1 from 2025, directed by Joseph Kosinski. This is his first Academy Award nomination. This one's got Brad Pitt. He plays a race car driver that's at the end of his career. Javier Bardem plays Ruben Cervantes. He owns this Formula One racing team. Damson Idris plays Joshua Pierce, a hotshot rookie becoming Sonny's teammate and also a rival. It's a frenemies type movie. It's got a bunch of other nominations: film editing, sound, and visual effects. I think it'll probably win some of those, but I've got to be honest with you, that's about all it's going to win. This movie was the most bro film on this list. I guess they had to throw one to the bros. This is a bro movie, and it feels like it's just such a ripoff of like Days of Thunder and Top Gun. It's like the one old crusty guy that, had a hard career. He's asked to come back for one last time to help save this racing team. And he's got this hot shot, guy that's half his age that doesn't want to take his advice, and none of the team understands how he operates because he's just so old school. But then he come back and he helps them win the whole thing. And that's the movie. I'm not even kidding. This couldn't be a more standard movie if it tried. This movie couldn't be more stock standard and predictable if it tried. You've seen this movie 50, 100,000 times. You've seen it. Old guy at the end of his career. Come on, man. One more time. Nah, I can't do that. Yeah, you can, bro. Nah, I can't do that. Please do it. All right, I'll do it. And he saves the day. I mean, down to the fucking last wire, he saves the day. I thought that the movie was going to be setting it up so that his young teammate could take the reins and get the final win, and he was going to give up his selfishness. Nope. Brad Pitt wins. Yeah, young guy, I guess he wins too because the team wins, but Brad Pitt takes first. I don't know. What do you want me to say about this movie? Go watch Top Gun. Go watch Days of Thunder. Go watch any buddy movie, a buddy action movie. You're going to get a better movie than this. The only thing that's worth a shit about it was the sound design, the visuals. That's why I think it's going to win that. I mean, if you like F1, I don't really care about it, but the sound was really good, really loud movie, bombastic. It'll probably win for that. So here at the end, let's give my opinions on what's going to win here. And I'm just going to do Best Pictures. My personal pick for Best Picture this year, after a long, arduous process of thinking about it, is Hamnet. I really was kind of bowled over and surprised by Hamnet. And in the shadow of all these other movies, it stands out like a bright spot to me. It's very rare for me to be surprised by a movie. And it's also very rare for me to see a child actor in a movie that I think gives an Oscar-worthy performance. The young man in Hamnet that plays Shakespeare's son should have been nominated. He should have gotten a Best Actor nomination or a Best Supporting Actor nomination because he was absolutely fantastic. And it is so rare for me to say that about a child actor.
There'll be a terrible fight, and everybody watching will be frightened out of their wits.
So Hamnet is my personal Best Picture. The worst movie on this list, Train Dreams. My personal pick for worst picture is Train Dreams. I wish I hadn't watched that movie. When I'm on my deathbed one day, all hooked up, tubes and like the machine's like, doot, I'm going to be sitting there lamenting the 2 hours and change that I wasted down the Train Dreams toilet. I mean, what a movie. What a shitty movie, and what a movie that just treats its audience like you're stupid. Maybe the audience is stupid. I don't know. So which movie is actually going to win the Oscar, setting aside my opinion about the matter, which doesn't matter in the end? Which one's actually going to win? I think it's down to two. It's either going to be Sinners or One Battle After Another. And for my money, it's going to be One Battle After Another. I think Sinners should win from those two. Out of those two, I think Sinners is the better film. I just don't see it winning. It seems like the momentum is behind One Battle After Another, won the BAFTA. It's got the most buzz. I hate to say it, but that's the way I think it's going to go. Either way, I watched them so you don't have to. So now you can sound like a pretentious douchebag at work and say, well, yes, I've got an opinion on each one of these films. Actually, Bugonia. Yes, Bugonia. I think Bugonia might take it. You're welcome. And if you like this, I do this all the time for my patrons and my members. Link down below. It's called Hey Paul, What You Watching? I review every movie that I've watched, give you a little rundown, tell you what I thought about it. Subscribe, become a member, and enjoy the Oscars. I'll see you next time. Bye.